Hello everyone and welcome back to biology. Today we are continuing with our lesson specifically on reptiles. But today we're actually going to learn a little bit about the similarities and differences in certain characteristics in reptiles and amphibians. Now, amphibians was the lesson we went over before we went over reptiles. Just a little reminder. In case you missed it, you can always go back and look at it. Look at that in more detail. So here I have a chart. And in this chart I have listed characteristics, which are habitat, fertilization, eggs, skin protection, body temperature, limbs, and height. Okay? And on the first column, we have reptiles, and in our second column, we have amphibians. Okay, so for our first characteristic, habitat. Where do they tend to live? Both reptiles and amphibians can live both on land or in water. Fertilization. For reptiles, the fertilization of an egg, so when they reproduce, whenever a male sex cell and a female sex cell meet, it fertilizes internally inside of the body. For the amphibian, it is externally. Remember when we talked about the life cycle of a frog? Yeah, the female lays eggs in the water, and then the male goes and fertilizes the eggs in the water by a spreading sperm. Nothing happens internally, it's all external in the water. Now the eggs are also different. The reptiles lay amniotic eggs. Now, remember, I think this is something we went over last class, the amniotic egg. Remember how I said it had a different texture than regular eggs that you would find in your kitchen? Of course it does. It's leathery and it's flexible, and it's filled with amniotic fluid surrounding the baby. So that is for reptiles. However, amphibians lay their eggs in the water and they're fertilized in the water and they hatch in the water and everything happens in the water. Okay? Now, skin protection. For reptiles, we learned that they were scales, okay? And for amphibians, it was mucus. Now, remember, reptiles tend to live more on land than in water, though they can live in both. They do tend to live more on land. The scales that they have help them to not get hurt, to prevent dehydration, so from the skin from drying up. The scales are very dry and rough as it is, but it protects the body from drying up. However, amphibians have very soft, slimy, thin skin. The slime is not slime, it is mucus. They have the mucus gland, if you do recall. Again, if you missed anything that we talked about for amphibians, you can always go back 2 videos to go through that lesson again. Now, for their body temperatures, even though some live on land or in water, they both moderate or adapt their body temperature using ectothermic. So their skin is ectothermic. Limbs, they both have 2 pairs of limbs, meaning they have 2 pairs, so 2 arms, 2 legs. or 2 and 2. And hearts. Their hearts actually have 3 chambers, both of them. Okay, so those are the characteristics that we wanted to go over, both that they have similarities in and differences in, both amphibians and reptiles. Now, for your assignment today, I want you to send me a picture of your notes. If you have any questions on anything, please don't hesitate and ask. I'm here to help. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.